Hi, scholars. This is Mrs. Williams reporting live from your computer screen, bringing you ELA Instructional Video Week 6. This week's skill is Story Element Analysis, Plot Developing Theme through Plot. Before we begin, this is an interactive video. You will need a piece of paper and a pencil. There will be times that I ask you to pause and write. I ask that you follow these instructions. It is important that you are thinking through this concept alongside of me. This week's Common Core Standard and Learning Target. Common Core Standard R.3. Analyze how and why individuals, events, or ideas develop and interact over the course of a text. So this means I can analyze how and why individuals, events, or ideas develop and interact over the course of a text using a graphic organizer. In order to analyze how and why individuals, events, or ideas develop and interact over the course of a text, you must first uncover the theme of the text. So this will require us to unlock our prior knowledge. Please reflect on the 5 steps we learned last week to uncover the theme of any text. Pause the video now to reread the steps and refresh your memory. Practice is key, so we'll practice together. We can analyze and explain how and why individuals, events, or ideas develop and interact over the course of a text through the plot. Last week, we read the story A Bad Case of Stripes by David Shannon. I ask that you pause this video now to read the excerpt to refresh your memory on what this story was about. After reading our story from last week, we uncovered the theme. The theme was a person being themselves is more important than trying to present an image of what he or she thinks others will like him or her to be. In yellow, we have our opinion based on the story. Camilla's trouble begins the moment she pretends to not like lima beans. In red, we have our text evidence to support our opinion. It states in the text, all of her friends hated lima beans, and she wanted to fit in. I'm rereading this because I want you to keep the theme in mind as we practice. Together, we are going to analyze the plot to understand how it helped the theme develop. Analyzing the plot shows how and why the theme developed. I've broken each part of plot into steps to help us analyze. If you look to your left, you'll see a plot diagram. There are 5 parts of plot, so each of them will represent a step in our analysis. Remember, when you analyze, it means to examine. So you are examining how each part of plot plays a role in how the theme forms. Step 1, Exposition. Exposition is the part of the story that introduces important background information. For example, the setting, events occurring before the main plot, characters' backstories, etc. In the text, A Bad Case of Stripes by David Shannon, the story begins with Camilla at home preparing for the first day of school. The author reveals that Camilla is worried about what other people think of her. This is stated directly in the text. It is also shown when she tries on 42 outfits. When she tries on her final outfit and looks in the mirror, she is covered from head to toe in stripes. So now I want you to pause the video and analyze or examine how this information contributes to our theme. After analyzing or examining, a possible answer you could have come up with is, this shows early on Camilla's need to fit in. Step 2, Rising Action. Rising action is a series of conflicts in a literary plot that build toward the point of greatest interest. Suspense is building. Camilla's mother rushes in and sees her covered in stripes. She immediately calls the doctor. After the doctor visit, it was determined she was fine to go to school. She goes to school the next day and things get worse. The other children tease her. During the school day, her stripes change into the things that are said to her. For example, her stripes turn checkerboard when someone yells it out. So now pause the video and analyze or examine how this information contributes to our theme. After analyzing or examining, a possible answer you could have come up with is how the other children treat her are directly affecting her. Instead of fitting in, she is literally standing out. Step 3, Climax. Climax is the turning point of the story, the point of highest intensity of drama. Camilla continues to transform into the things that are said about her. Doctors and specialists cannot find a cure for her symptoms. Things get so bad for her that news reporters begin to hound her. The headline read, "The Bizarre Case of the Incredible Changing Kid." So now pause the video and analyze or examine how this information contributes to our theme. After analyzing or examining, a possible answer you could have come up with is Camilla is now presenting an image of herself that is completely bizarre on an even bigger platform. She is not getting any closer to fitting in like she desired at the beginning of the story. Step 4, falling action. The falling action occurs after the climax has been reached and the conflict has been resolved. An old woman is the person who cures Camilla. She gives her a handful of lima beans to eat. However, she doesn't give her the beans until after Camilla admits how much she loves lima beans without feeling ashamed. So now pause the video and analyze or examine how this information contributes to our theme. After analyzing or examining, a possible answer you could have arrived at is Camilla does not find happiness until she decides to be herself. All her problems in the story occur when she tries to fit in. Step 5, resolution. The resolution is the final closing and clarification of a dramatic or narrative plot. Suddenly, all the branches, feathers, etc. begin to disappear from her body. The room starts to swirl around her. When it comes to a stop, Camilla and everything is back to normal. Camilla shouts, "I'm cured." Afterward, she didn't care what other people thought of her. She ate lima beans whenever she wanted. So now pause the video and analyze or examine how this information contributes to our theme. After analyzing or examining, a possible answer you could have arrived at is Camilla finally realizes that being herself is more important than trying to fit in. She learns the hard way that trying to fit in with others can cause more problems. Let's tie it all together. After analyzing the plot, we uncover how and why the theme develops. I want to remind you of our theme. Our theme was a person being themselves is more important than trying to present an image of what he or she thinks others would like him or her to be. Again, this week's Common Core Standard and Learning Target. Common Core Standard R.3. Analyze how and why individuals, events, or ideas develop and interact over the course of a text. This means I can analyze how and why individuals, events, or ideas develop and interact over the course of a text using a graphic organizer. As always, this isn't goodbye. I'll see you soon. I look forward to reading your analysis this week of the mystery book of your choosing. Remember that if you need my help, My office hours are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Please do not hesitate to reach out for help and assistance. I'm always here.